gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to what I believe is going to be somewhat of an action-packed episode. I've got gameplay coming out of my ears. You'll find out where I finish. We're going to complete Alexandro as well, although I won't be doing the guaranteed Serie A Team of the Season SBC in this video. I'm going to leave it until tomorrow, because otherwise tomorrow is literally going to be nothing, because there's literally nothing to do now until rewards. So I've stretched gameplay as much as I can, really, to give us something to talk over. There isn't an awful lot of point me playing Rivals now until Friday, when obviously, well, not on Rivals, but playing the game essentially until Friday. I do have to play Squad Battles tonight though, which to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to having a little bit of gameplay where I'd not like to show you, but gameplay where I can actually play the game and not have to worry about the results so much. I'm going to go after I don't even know who they are. Completely forgotten what the objective players are. I think it's the Italian Roma dude. I'm going to try and get the assists in. I think I've got one so far, so I might need to go and spend a few coins to get a decent Italian. Failing that, of course. Saying that, I will do my guaranteed Team of the Season pack actually tonight, but you won't see it until tomorrow. So if we do get an Italian there, and it's not a centre-back, then I will maybe use him. But either way, top comment is something about an analogy. I'm not going to go back and watch it because I've got a bad feeling there's something embarrassing, but I'm glad you like my analogies. I say you liked it. You said you were baffled. I mean, I'm very tempted to go. Do you know what? I'm going to click it. I'm going to find out what it was. What is that analogy? Let's find out what it was. Yeah, I normally, this is like a stream thing where I go off on a tangent or something, right? So basically, the analogy was when I was saying, look at this from Ronaldinho, by the way, and I've just seen a Pez trailer. I'll come back to that analogy in a second. That Pez trailer, for the first sort of minute, I thought, oh, it just looks like the same sort of, decent but kind of clunky at the same time gameplay. And then Ronaldinho came on the screen, and they literally have all of Ronaldinho's skills in the game, like flick flacks, the ball coming off his back, the goal he scored against Chelsea in the Champions League, everything like that you can do in game. Same with Iniesta, the turns Iniesta makes and such. That game is going to be great for 10 minutes. But no, I'm actually looking forward to playing that for a little bit before FIFA comes out. Hopefully, I think it's out in August. It normally is. Either way, that analogy, basically yesterday I was saying what player I'd like to get in the pack. And I said De Ligt would be the dream. And then Van Persie, I think it was, would be the, when you get up, go to the toilet and come back and have a little dream before you got to get up. They would be that kind of dream. I just thought that, it's like, well, I said dream. But Van Persie wouldn't be the dream because De Ligt is the dream. So what's Van Persie? It's kind of like an afterthought. But either way, nice football there. Good goal as well. I'm loving those first-time shots from the edge of the area. They are so effective, although not as effective. Well, maybe, I don't know. It depends who you play against, really. But I find headers to be effective against some people, and then they just don't work against others. And then those first-time shots are just really overpowered against other people, and they don't necessarily work that well against certain people. Does that make sense? It's a weird one, that's for sure. So Kodak Whack says, really good road to glory. You've got going here. Oh right, my English is different. It's my second language, to be fair. Let me off. Wow. Really good road to glory you've got going on here, mate. Keep up the good work. I nearly messed it up again then. P.S. Try not to get triggered by numbskulls repeatedly telling you to buy Foot Birthday Bale. Oh my god. How difficult was it to get through that sentence? No, it's one of those situations where people will skip a couple of episodes, come back, and then go, oh, why don't you upgrade to Bale? Without knowing that I've literally been asked that question. It's like when you're streaming and someone comes in and says, explain League SBC method to me. Right, so I'll explain League SBC method, and then about 20 minutes later someone will come in and go, oh, you're doing League SBC method. What do you do with all your rare bronzes after you've done Humble Beginnings? So I tell them, 20 minutes later someone comes in and goes, can you explain League SBC method? Right, and then someone else comes in. What do you do with your rare It's like they haven't seen. It's not their fault. They just haven't seen that first 20 minutes where I've explained it. They've come in late. They obviously, how else are they going to find out? They could go back and watch it from the beginning, but they don't know I've mentioned it, so they just ask a question. More than understandable. Some people do it to be dicks, but other people do it because they genuinely have missed a couple of episodes, come back into it when I've put a cheeky little title in, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, right, why didn't you get Bale? And it's like, well, if you'd watched the first or the last couple of episodes, you'd know why. But I've been checking his price periodically, and unfortunately, he just seems to be creeping up and up. And I'm going to have to go and spend money in a second on Alexandro. I'm about 50, 60k down on League SBC method right now as well. I completed the French League yesterday. I did that out of pocket. I did it a lot earlier than I normally would have done. The reason I've done that is because I wanted that 87 Rabiot you get from completing the... Look at that for a passing move. And it's about to be finished off by Gareth Bale with a timed finesse, which was a really good effort from the edge of the area. Unfortunately, I don't think we go on to win this game. Poor defending from me, and he just slots it bottom corner, and we pick up a defeat. I think there's I hit the post here right at the death as well. Right, literally final seconds. Ball comes out to Socrates. How he fails to hit that, I'll never know. We do get the ball back in with Best, flicks it, hits it on the turn. Good effort. That would have sent us into penalties, and I don't lose penalty shootouts that often. And unfortunately, we weren't able to squeeze it in, and the game's finished 3-2. Pick up a defeat. Big shame there, really, because that was one of those 50-50 games. It was a bit of a weird weekend, actually, and in fact, I'm going to tell you where I finished right now, and it's not like I've been keeping this back as like, oh, it's so suspenseful. Where did he finish? Have a guess where I finished, mate. Finished gold 2. Now, this was out of choice. I honestly reckon this week I could have gotten to Elite 3. The big problem that I had was time, and it's literally my own fault this week. It was my own fault. Friday, I had a little bit more time to play games than I actually played. I only played in fact, I don't even know if I played any on Friday, which was my own fault. I thought, no, I'll be alright, I'll play them all Saturday and Sunday. And then Saturday came around, I played 6 games, and I went 5-1. And I felt really good. The defeat I took was one of those 50-50 games that could have gone either way. And I thought to myself, I'll stop there. And then Saturday night, I decided to do videos instead of just playing the game. And I think I procrastinated slightly, and I was like, oh, don't worry, I'll play more Sunday. Sunday rolled around, and we had a few content drops. There was a guaranteed SBC. There was something else. There was EA Play, I think it was as well. There was a few things that distracted me for a couple of hours that took away from the time. So I actually finished, I want to say 17-5. Now, the final defeat that I took was, I think, 2 games before I finished Gold 2. So it was literally 15 wins. I was 15-4, and I took a defeat that was really one of those that I could have won. It was getting on a bit, it was late. It was about 3 a.m. and I needed 2 wins, and I hit gold 2, and it was really frustrating because honestly, right, I'd raged once, I think, the entire weekend. It was like that weekend 3 weeks ago where I actually did very well. I was happy with the way I was playing. My team was playing very well. Didn't have hardly any complaints whatsoever. I've actually mixed it up a lot this week as well by scoring a mixture of headers and first time finesses, good passing and things like that. And I've just genuinely enjoyed this weekend. It was a very enjoyable. Coming up against teams like this, and I'm not frightened at all. Normally, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'd be like, oh God, I'm dreading this. Not anymore. I'm looking at him thinking, yeah, the better the team, the better. I hope this guy's got an absolute mammoth of a team. Because in my experience, the better the team, the worse the player. If that guy had a base gold Premier League side, I'd actually be very concerned. Because if you're going into Weekend League with that kind of team, you must have some confidence in your ability, and 9 times out of 10, the person with a team they're still running the standard Gabriel Jesus or something, normally teams that are very hard to break down. That was one of those that I just got played off the park. That guy deserved to beat me. He really did assert himself in the first half. The second half, I did creep back into it. I had my fair share of the ball, but I couldn't quite score the second after I got that one. But again, this side right here, even with red picks, I'm looking at it thinking, I can beat this guy. I know I'm good enough to beat this guy. Genuinely, my heart of hearts, I believe I'm an Elite 3 player. Comfortable Gold 1, I reckon, on my weekend, Elite 3. It's just time that comes down to at the end of the day. I very badly time managed this week, and it's genuinely my own fault. Nothing to do with EA, no bad gameplay, none of that nonsense that people always complain about. I'm 100% blaming myself. This guy was a good player, but again, I just felt like I had enough in me to beat him. As soon as I scored that, he decided that he would pause it 3 times and then leave. I don't understand those people, but I felt like I was in control of that for the majority of the game. It was, look at that, 1 second literally from the end of the game he decides to pause it 3 times. I don't know whether he's hoping for a disconnect or just to get on my nerves. To be honest, I was watching something at the time anyway, so it didn't bother me what he was doing, and that was the end of it. But Bobby Moore is good, says Ashan Ali. Or Asan Ali. I am using him every weekend league, and he's good as a CDM, and that's exactly what I've said in my most recent video. I'm a big fan of that Bobby Moore card. What is wrong with me today? To be fair, I've not really spoken much today. I woke up, and I've been so tired since I woke up. That's an AIDS goal, but I'll take it because this was the game I needed to win to get gold 2, and I just wanted to get it done. But going into games feeling like, you know what, I'm actually the better player instantly. Like, it's not a cockiness thing either. I'm literally going into games thinking like exactly what someone like Tex would be thinking. I'm better than my opponent instantly. And you know Tex is 9 times out of 10 going to be better than his opponent that he plays. That's why he goes 30-0 every week. And it's the same with most pro players. But I was going into every game thinking, I've got this. I know I can win. And it was oozing out of my play as well. I was doing things I wouldn't normally have done. I was not cocky in a way, but I was more expressive. I was passing better. Look at my pass accuracy there, 93%. Very happy with the way that the game was playing this weekend for me personally. Seen a lot of people complain on Twitter. I think 50% of people complaining are people who are not that great at the game or just not getting the results and just blaming the game. The other 50% are genuinely having issues with it because not last week necessarily, but the week before that in particular, the game was horrendous for me. Last week it wasn't that bad, I was just playing badly. And this week, I played very well, and I'm very happy with that finish. I am very, very annoyed, though, that I didn't have time to play my final 8 games. Would I have gone 6-2 to get myself Elite 3? Who knows? Chances I would have bottled it. I would have 100% gotten Gold 1. But the difference between Gold 1 and Gold 2 is just 100k packs, and I'm not that concerned about that. So, I'm annoyed, but I'm content, if that makes sense. But I can more than understand why you guys would be frustrated by that, because it's a weekend that I've done really well in, or for my standards at least, and I think it would have come down to the last game for Elite 3. It really would have done. I think I probably would have gone 5-2, and then it would have come down to, right, I need to win this game to get Elite 3, or I lose it and I finish Gold 1. And I think genuinely that's what it would have come down to. Like I said, I was very, very happy with the way that I played. It's a shame as well because we would have got that premium Serie A Team of the Season pack, and you know how well I am, or how good I am, I should say, at packing Ronaldo. So you never know. And it's a shame that I couldn't do it, but I literally, even if I'd stayed up until 7 a.m, I don't think I would have physically had the time. It was about 4:30 by the time I actually finished my games. Whether I would have had enough time to play 8 games or not, without rage quits, I don't think mathematically it would have worked out anyway. And I couldn't have stayed up till 7 a.m, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get up the next day to do videos in the first place. So, unfortunately, we are where we are. I'm kind of hoping that weekend is like a building block, really, because if I can continue to play the way that I was playing, there is absolutely no reason whatsoever for me to not be able to do that every week. Now, bad gameplay aside, and maybe I got help with my matchmaking, although I was coming up against a lot of teams with decent red picks, so that at least they are of a certain quality. I'm not playing absolute noobs throughout the entire weekend, and every time I come up against someone good I'm losing. I was beating teams that realistically I don't think I should have been beating, but I was grinding it out. I was actually defending really well. Just genuinely pleased with the way that I've played this weekend. So a bunch of stuff there going. We've got a whole host of nonsense here that I think may be going back into the club in just a second, because I am going to essentially rinse the entire club in a second. I'm concerned actually for that Serie A Team of the Season guaranteed thing, where I'm going to use all my cards right now, and I need to do it, but I'm going to have to spend money as well. As you can see, we're down to 274,000, or 1.274. I was around 1.320, 30-ish yesterday. The League SBC for the French League has taken me down somewhat. I did about 20k's worth of 81 pluses. I got one player of note, and that was Handanovic. The rest of it was barely boards. If that, honestly, Perrin, I think, was the best board I got. So the first team is actually ready to submit. There is a question mark in there, and that is, of course, at right back. Now, that may look like overkill, but honestly, it's not. Everything is on the threshold of where it needs to be. I have tested it vigorously, and there is nothing I can do there. Like, for instance, I can't replace an 84 for an 83. It just drops down. I can't replace an 83 for an 82, etc. To my knowledge. Nope, I can't do anything. It is on the borderline. 81 chem, 86 rated. And Barbu is going. And the reason Barbu is going is because he only ever came on as a CDM. And we obviously have Team of the Season Dali Blind. We have Prime Icon moments, Prime Moments even more. And when Alexandro comes into the team, we're going to have a 93 Teles to come on as a fullback. So I literally don't need this card anymore. It served a purpose for the 75 games that I played. He got a red card, I remember that well. It was a necessary challenge, to be fair. But no, I'm glad I did him. I think it was well worth it, and for a lot of people that is still a great card to use. But for me, it's just a way of saving 20,000 coins. And I'm going to take it. Skriniar will get back. Casemiro, of course, will get back as always. The rest of that is all pack pulled, nothing purchased whatsoever. And we can submit that. We get a rare Electrum for it, but of course we're not... I mean, the packs are nice, right? But ultimately we're doing it for the Alexandro. I think I may have to buy a player here. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy... I'm going to have to buy 3 players, actually. I didn't really anticipate this, but that's going to cost me a little bit more than I wanted it to. But there we go. I'm going to buy De Vries, which is the player that I just got... that I just submitted into the last one. But there we go. Again, I don't think I can submit like an 80. Nope, it is again on the threshold. Red Parejo, literally fodder. That's the only reason why I chose it, is because it was the highest rated and it's fodder. I'm going to have to buy Asensio, unfortunately. Diego Costa was packed. Ibra was packed. Handanovic, as you can see, was packed, untradeable. In the upgrades, I would show you, but it's literally just a clip of me packing Handanovic. I mean, we've packed him quite a few times on the road to glory. This card is a little bit more expensive than I wanted it to be. Where am I chemistry-wise? Can I avoid using him? No, I'm bang on the level. So I'm going to need to use a Spanish centre-back of some description. Or can I get Akabi instead? If Akabi works, we'll get Akabi, because I think he'll be cheaper. Originally, I think I had Asensio in goal, see, so that's why I needed him. Nope, not going to happen. Is Miranda cheaper than Asensio, though? Because that could be a thing. Okay, so Asensio is going to cost me... Yeah, you can't even get him for like 20... So he's going to cost me 28,000 coins. So, ultimately, if I get Miranda, who I believe to be around 20,000... That would, yeah, I mean, that gives me chem there. So, yeah, he's cheaper, right, by a considerable amount of coins. So, I'm just going to buy him because I know that works. I didn't even think to do it this way. He's not cheaper by much, but he is cheaper, right? So, we'll pick him up. There he is. Down to, I'm going to disregard the million coins for a minute and just call it 250,000 coins. So, we're down to 250. If I could do this whole thing and be at 150, like... To do Alexandro for 100,000 coins, okay, I'm giving up a lot of crap here, but it's stuff that doesn't really have a value to me. Okay, he's tradable, sure, but it's not a value because it's something I've packed, in my opinion anyway. That's the way that I personally look at it. I know it's not strictly true, because if I wanted to sell it and make money, I could. But you get it, you understand. You're the same way as I am, I know you are. Don't even lie to me. There's only like 1% of people who play this game who treat it as a business. It's part business, part game to me, so I'm alright with it. Is there an 83? Like, I need 9 chem in this position. That's the issue I think I'm going to have here. Is there even an 83 rated left wing in the Spanish league that is going to be even remotely cheap? I know we can pick up... oh dear. I mean, the UCL Guedes a couple of weeks ago wouldn't have been a bad idea. That isn't going to do it for rating. I may have shot myself in the foot here, although I think I can get it. I tell you what I'm going to do, right? I'll get an 80. Have I got an 82? Because I know a way around this. No, I don't. If I take Pizzy out, I've got this. This is actually going to help me with chem as well a little bit. I have a William Carvalho somewhere. There you go. So William Carvalho in there. Now I only need 4 chem. And I could get away with buying Asensio. I don't know how expensive Asensio is these days. Not Asensio. What's his name? Vasquez. My bad. Spelt that wrong. It's the Z version. Lucas Vasquez. There he is. I don't know how expensive this guy is. Oh, I've already got him. Never mind. Don't even need to worry about it. And bang, it is. It's done for chem. So there you go. That's not too bad at all. Had to buy Miranda, which is 6k-ish cheaper than Asensio, and I don't need to buy Nacho Fernandez as well. So that's pretty good. I had to buy De Vries as well for 8k or 9k. But ultimately, we get a 45k pack, and that's 66% of Alex Sandro done. I'm going to have to rework the team going into Weekend League. It does depend on the poll that we get later today, and it does depend on the red picks as well as to what happens going into Weekend League this week. But this is the expensive one. And I know you're thinking, that's overkill, there's a way around it, blah, blah. There's not. There is no way around this. I have to get that 88. I can't replace him, for instance, with an 87. Drops me below, as you can see on the left. And I can't even use an 82 instead of the 83. I don't have one to show you, but trust me, I can't do it. I have to buy these players. Now, that's the cheapest 88 in the game, and the cheapest 87 as well. So I can't, and the 83 isn't the cheapest. I actually have to pay a bit of money for him, but unfortunately, there's no way around me doing that. So, he's actually gone up in price a little bit since I last looked, but he's probably still the cheapest by 1,000 coins maybe. But there we are. So we are just about going to be able to do this for just shy of 100,000, which is fine. I'm all right spending money here or there, especially as we're going to pick up 50k in coins on Thursday. League SBC method does well for us anyway, so it's not like it's like I haven't got money to spend, is it? Let's be honest. It just means it pushes that Bale foot birthday card back slightly, but I mean we're quite a ways from that anyway. I think that's going to be a bit of a pipe dream. Not a pipe dream in the sense that it'll never happen. I think it will. I think we will be able to get ourselves how far am I into this chem wise? Only 2. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could avoid having to buy him, but I'm not going to be able to. It's not a pipe dream as in, it'll never happen. You're dreaming of, oh god, this is a lot of money to spend for an 83. But I'm going to do it because it's just easier. And we're still above the value that I wanted to be at anyway, so we're fine. 7,600 coins. A lot more than I wanted to spend, really, but we are still 7,500 coins up on where we should be. Well, not should be, but where I wanted to be. And we've got 3 quite decent packs to open, and there it is. Only the 3 players purchased. Everything else is completely pack pulled. I'm aware I'm using a team of the season, but guess what? I have more team of the seasons in the club, and I don't need to worry about having a team of the season for a specific SBC. I can use one of the ones I already have, and we'll be fine. So I'm not bothered by that, to be honest, using team of the seasons in SBCs. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, don't do that, he's a team of the season. It's only really going to make a difference if you need it for a guaranteed. Like, for instance, today with the Italian one, I've got a few I can use anyway, so I don't need to worry. Dali Blind is one that I could use and maybe keep more. To be honest, I don't need to keep either of them, Moore or Blind. Moore can go into an SBC and get us a 100k pack, and then I think I'm going to do that when the ultimate team of the season is out, though. And then, of course, the Dali Blind may very well go into the guaranteed today. But we've got Alex Telles now to come on as a super sub, as a CDM. And I know people will still look at me stupid, but Jordan Henderson off the bench is actually just ferocious. So tenacious in every challenge. But there he is, 93, Alexandro complete. It cost us, I would say, just shy of 100,000 coins liquid. Everything else was obviously in the club already. We are a little bit bare now, but we were last time we completed something big like this. I can't remember what it was. It might have been Socrates, but we built that up quite quickly. We've only had Socrates for a couple of weeks, we've built it up quite quick, and now we have arguably the best left back in the game, and there isn't likely to be a better left back coming out between now and the end of the game anyway. So that's probably the position sorted until literally the end of FIFA 19. We're going to just whack that into the team a second, then we'll go and open the packs, and that will probably bring us to a close for today. So Alexandro's done us well, or served us well, I should say, but unfortunately he's now going to go, and we are going to bring in our new boy, Alexandro, and there he is. He gets perfect chem anyway, so even if I don't have to change anything, then, or rather, if I don't want to bring Ronaldo back in, I don't have to change anything, and it just slots in. It's really good as well that Alexandro has been probably the main, well, not probably, he has been the main left back we've had for the majority of FIFA. Alex Telles has come in and replaced him for 62 games, and now Alexandro has retained his starting 11 position. That's the third Alexandro that I've had this year, tradable, an untradeable, and now a flashback. But that team is looking monstrous every day that goes by, and I'm happy with it. A nice blue from the guaranteed pack later today or tomorrow for you guys would be sensational. But 3 packs to open right now. What I was saying about the pipe dream about foot birthday Gareth Bale as well, by the way, is I think I will get it eventually. I think it might just take a little bit more time. And yeah, okay, we're already in June, and even if I don't get to the end of July, we still got a month to play with it. I will probably play Foot Champs for the duration now, unless they just decide to put Team of the Week cards back in. If they do that and the Team of the Weeks are poor, then obviously there's no point. But if that, I think what they might do, or what I'm hoping that they're going to do, is a player pick from every special card that has been in FIFA. That would be fantastic. Or even if they said every team of the season is available as a player pick, that would be worth doing for me. I would keep playing. Now, aside from that, we have these packs to open. Let's jump into the 45. I wouldn't mind one walkout out of all of these. I'd be happy with that. Not going to get it in the 45k pack. We're not even going to get a board. And I'm not even going to say it because you all know how I feel about these. Let's move on as quickly as possible. I'm just going to whack everything on the transfer list for now because, no one needs to sit there and watch me list all that nonsense up. I don't want to keep you here longer than you have to be. The 50k pack arguably isn't going to be as good as this Rare Electrum, but let's get the Rare Electrum open first and finish on the 50k. We don't get a walkout in this one, but we do get a board. Boards are really crucial at this point because I need 84s. That is not good. That's an 83. I was kind of hoping for Axel Witsel. Unfortunately, we've been given Castiles, which is an 83 rated goalkeeper, and I have plenty of those. In fact, I may even have him. So, no, I don't, which is somewhat of a blessing. We'll whack that on the transfer list. And we've come down to the final pack, the 50k. Walkout would be amazing because that would really help us out for the guaranteed Team of the Season pack today, because I'm probably going to have to spend coins to complete it, to be honest, because I don't have an awful lot in my club. Hopefully it'll be an 85 and a Team of the Season, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's get into it then. Fingers crossed, everybody. It's not a walkout, and to be fair, I'm not even surprised. I didn't feel that one. We do get an inform, which is, 80 plus would be sensational here. I don't think it's going to be, though. They're hard. Oh, no, 81. Happy days. I'm going to sell him straight away because he should be worth about 35,000 coins, which I will 100% take back on the money that we've spent there. Another Castiles, if you can believe it. Okay, slightly less, but I'm still going to sell him because that for an 80... let's just do it slightly less than 28,000. That for an 81 rated inform is just crazy money. We'll pop all that in the club, whack all down the transfer list, and job done. So we can ascertain that we're going to get about 30k back in sales. Well, maybe 35k to 40k-ish back in sales, meaning Alexandro has just cost us about 60,000. And all the players we submitted, of course. But liquid, 60,000 coins for that card is absolutely crazy. Probably, I would say, expect the video tomorrow. Now, was there anything yesterday that was released that we didn't talk about? Upgrades were released on a Monday, and I think they gave us this Wondolowski. Now, this isn't a bad card at all. Whether I do it or not, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what we have left after the guaranteed Team of the Season pack. I think it's an 83 rated team with 2 MLS cards, which isn't terrible. I have a whole host of 83s in the club. The card itself, I know it's only 86 rated, but it's actually not a bad card. 6 foot, high, and then some really nice in-games. I mean, some really, really nice in-game stats. Reactions, composure, stamina, jumping is actually quite good, heading is decent, the shooting across the board is fantastic. Realistically, the only stat that I don't like there is the acceleration and the sprint speed. The pace in general is low, but that's to be expected from this type of player. I actually really like that card, so I may do it and just try it out. It's a shame he's only 6 foot. If he was 6'3" or something, it'd be even better. But I do really like the card, and for an 83 rated team, it might be worth doing. I don't know. But that was the only content they released yesterday. Today, of course, we'll probably get that guaranteed Team of the Season pack, and I will show you that tomorrow. But for today, we are done. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, smack the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.